Hello everybody, welcome back to more Ratchet Deadlocked. One second, I'm trying to get my bearings again. I am continuing on from the last episode, of course, as you can see. Well, then again, who would... Wait, what the... Oh, what the hell? I guess it just... it leveled up so much from the last fight that it finally kicked in. God, I gotta say, though, Fuck, I love this game, man. I love when I love games. You know? It's always a good feeling to have a game that's just like, God damn it, I love playing that. And thank goodness this is one of those games I actually really do love playing a lot. Like, yeah, Resident Evil 4 is, you know, I was doing the stream for that. I love me some Resident Evil 4, but unfortunately I was doing professional mode, which changed up a few things that made it a lot more annoying to play. But the overall game itself is still pretty good. And to this day, I still don't know if I really know where everything's at in that game either. Which is funny. But I am glad to say that I have actually 100% Ratchet Deadlocked before in the past. I honestly, when I was a kid, I was like, I could never do that. I was like, there's no way. This is impossible. I don't know how they expect you to do any of this shit. Like, there's just some extremely crazy amounts of, like, skill points, and they're just all so tough. But then I remember, you know, being like, well, that one was kind of easy, that one's kind of easy. And then when I grew up, I don't remember exactly when, I think it was probably like 5-6 years ago, whenever it was, I went through the game again and got, I don't think it's a platinum in this, is there? I don't think so. Well, whatever the case, whatever, when I got all the trophies, I was like, wow, that was actually pretty stinking easy. I don't know how I ever thought that was hard. Like, if we looked at the skill points right now, which I think only some of them appear in challenge mode, I think. But if we were to look at some of them and just go over them, it's like, yeah, that one's probably not that difficult, all things considered. They just sound like they're a lot more difficult on paper, but then you do them, you're like, oh, okay. It's just one of them things, that's all. Might just stick with Vipers here for a bit. All these small fry type guys. And then whenever the big dropships pop in, just blow them up. Blow them to hell. Yeah, judging by the way I'm having so much fun playing Deadlocked again, it's like, goddamn. The thing I like about Deadlocked, though, is that it's just a game that just lets you play it. There's no need for these annoying puzzle sections or underwater swimming things or whatever. It just straight up is a game that's just go shoot people. Go shoot these bad guys down, you know, go get rid of them and all that fun stuff. And then, well, yeah, just do that the entire time. The entire game. Which is funny because it's the complete opposite of what I wanted a Ratchet & Clank game to really be like. I don't really care much for Ratchet & Clank constantly being a shooter game. I like it when it does things where it's like, okay, here's a game that's also a platformer, you know. Like, yes, you platform in these games, but I mean primarily like Ratchet 1 and Ratchet TOD do a pretty good job at the platforming department. Like, the levels feel like they're built as a platformer, and then the enemies themselves, you know, you can shoot them. Hell, you can use the wrench for a good portion of TOD if you really wanted to, and that's the thing, though. It's like, why have the wrench if I can't use the damn thing? There's our ship, which is funny. That's another big thing with me. It's like, I want to use my wrench sometimes. I'm a guy that likes beat 'em ups. I like hack and slash games. Yes, I like my shooter games too, but for a game like this, you know, yes, I understand that the concept is to level up your weapons, and to do that is to use them. But every once in a while, like, I like to just hit something with my wrench. But Deadlock does not do that, though. You can hit the ankle biters, sure, but why do that when you can get electric mod? You can get the shock mod for it and just blow them up that way. You know, it'll save you a lot more trouble and a lot more time, and level up the weapon. So, Deadlocked is just too damn good. I don't think I've ever, well, I don't know if I've ever seen anybody on YouTube say that it sucks, but there probably always could be. There's someone that probably thinks it sucks. I'm sure somebody probably thinks it sucks right now, watching me just suffer here. Well, that's my fault for not using the rifle at that point in time. Because, let's be honest, the rifle would have worked great against those couple of dropships we had to fight earlier. And also probably just go back here and, you know, get my ammo back, I guess, before we take off, just in case. That way I have a few more shots left. Yeah, I'm doing terribly. That's just gonna happen. But the key thing is, like, if this game, because I'm not sure if they still kept up the adaptive difficulty setting or not, but I assume so. The thing is with this game is you can still, like, level up. Like, your maximum nanotech. So, if it ever gets to the point where it's too hard or too strong of enemies, then why not just do that? Hell, you can just avoid these guys outright if you so chose. You don't have to do every fight, you know? It's not like the game forces you to do that all the time. Sometimes, of course, but not all the time. And just use your weapons accordingly. You know, watch where you're jumping at and stuff, because you can really just kind of just avoid a lot of this problems. Also, it's so funny how, like, thinking back on it, like, man, Ratchet 1 was a different beast, wasn't it? Because, like, that really did start up. Well, Ratchet 3 started up the true archetype stuff, I would say. Actually, if anything, future TOD. Well, okay, Ratchet 1 had, you know, Bomb Glove and such, which would be one of the archetypes that these games eventually had. Deadlocked is an odd type of game with its weapons, but they all work really well. So, in my opinion, they all work pretty damn well. You know, I could use the Beat 6. I got like 3 explosive tools, and I'm not even using any of them. Like a dumbass. Pretty sure Big Bang is not exclusive to a level. I think it's just universal skill point. It's a Dreadnought skill point, you know what I mean? That kind of thing. I wish my buddies could just stop these guys from ever being able to shoot me at all. Even though I have access to a thing like that called the Hollow Shield. Which I could use. But I probably won't. Because I don't feel like it. I believe also if you get armor, like in these tournaments, I think they actually do give you more defense and such. I want to say that's the case. That would make sense. Alright, very good. That's one, maybe possibly the only one we have to do. That's it. Okay, cool. Thank God we got through that, because that was actually kind of tough. But now we're doing the jet ones, which, it's not that bad. It's funny, because as much as I like the Ratchet reboot, I don't care much for the flying sections of Ratchet reboot. They're not terrible, just, I don't care for them, that's all. Oh yeah, this mission is primarily killing off groups of enemies. That's it. That's all you have to do. So, not too hard, really. A lot of these shots just knock them off, or, you know, your missiles kind of just do a lot of damage in general, so you should be good. Really, now that I think about it, the vehicles in this game are not anywhere nearly bad at all. I mean, yeah, the hoverbike's probably the only one I probably wouldn't want to do. Because back then I used to say, like, the jet was, even like in the last, like the first episode of this, I was like, yeah, I don't really care much for the jet sections, but they're not really that bad. Well, you could also argue Landstalker because of those on-rail sections that you're kind of stuck doing, you know. That probably would be one thing, sure, but I don't know, man. Nothing is inherently bad. Just every once in a while there's a mission that does kind of suck, which is going to be a mission later where there's like a bunch of turrets you can control. You'll be on the next planet where we can actually just get a bunch of Hollow Shield upgrades if we wanted to. That's usually a good place to grind for that, but I'm not going to do that. Because... why not? Because fudge it. Holy hot damn, here's the swarm. And they're pretty easy to take out. And they can't really do much if they have everybody basically gone, so... yeah, this is the entire mission right now. And again, if we wanted to, we don't have... if we got enough dread points, we could just skip all the extra missions and just go straight to the next planet. If somehow the next planet lets me do that, of course. Also love watching when the missiles just go out and blow things up. It's so nice. That's this game for you. It's just all about destroying things. Would I ever want to see a Deadlocked slight sequel, though? Probably not, because I feel like they wouldn't really be able to capture... like, not Deadlocked necessarily, but just one of those things where it's pure this. It's pure shooting, pure mission-based. Because they did Full Frontal Assault, and that wasn't really, in my opinion, like, the best thing ever. I didn't hate it, though. I just didn't care for it, that's all. I usually put freeze on this bitch. But flail is good. Just, yeah. That's kind of the problem with it, though. Is the amount of enemies you can kill with it are kind of limited, though, too. So, gotta watch yourself. But you could put mods on it. But I usually put the freeze mod on. I don't know, it's always just that, it's just been a habit of mine. Which now that I think about it, I could just go buy that real quick. Also looks like a Kirby star thing on the profile for it. That's the thing I see when I see that. And yes, it can attack enemies in the air, which is insane. To an extent, though. So. Yeah, everything should have a mod on it. This one should probably have, like, maybe acid. Probably shock, but I think acid would probably be okay for that. Just to kind of make things different. Where's my fucking flail at? There it is. Alright. And flail can come with freeze. Like I said, I don't know why I have this strange habit of just using freeze on my flail every time. It's just been a thing I've done for years. I've never really changed it. I don't know where this guy is hiding at. My buddy's not coming out here to protect anybody, though, either. Oh, yeah, these are a thing. I think you can destroy. Yes, you can get, like, little bolts from them. Would you just get your fucking fat ass over here and... thank you. He might be distracted. Okay, there he is. I should have noticed because there's a shield. But then again, he popped... I thought, you know, maybe he popped the shield up. When he was behind cover. Luckily, though, this game is very nice with just letting you kind of just do things. And not eat shit. But yeah, you can actually... right in here, you can actually just go ahead and... this is why freeze works perfectly for that, actually. Now that I think about it. Because as a kid, I thought, like, I wanted every weapon to have its own sort of specific element. I didn't know what freeze would work on very well. And I ended up just putting on the flail without even realizing that this entire time, all these years, that thing has just been that good. I mean, I knew shock worked. I used to put napalm on a B6 Obliterated because it was just an early mod. And I'm like, yeah, fuck it, I don't use it. You know? I don't really care for the B6. Shock made sense for this. I used to do acid, actually, but then I thought about it like, well, shock would work better because it chains between enemies. And then again, eventually, like, after I finally got out of my OCD of having each weapon have something different, you know, I was allowed to just kind of, I guess you could say, play the game better, which is nice that you can still play the game the way you want. Like, you don't have to play the way I'm playing it. You don't have to use the mods I use, specifically. It's not like you have to. But, man, do they help out a ton. And that's mission. I'm pretty sure, yes. Good. Okay, next up is more of this. Oops. Get out of the way, you motherfucker. Ugh. And the thing with these flying dudes, these flying drone dudes, shock works great against them. It just stops in midair. It's nice. Let's buy some shit. Okay, we got Brainwash is also okay. Brainwash is not that bad, but I don't know what I would probably use it on, though. But I don't use it often. That's the thing with it. I'm not sure what works great with it besides just Vipers. Because it just feels like Vipers works with everything that has some sort of like chain effect. Or something that gradually attacks somebody. So like Shock, obviously, Acid, you know, that sort of thing, Brainwash. And then for the Magma Cannon, I mean, that one works just already great as it is with just Shock. Like, that's, in my opinion, the perfect mod for that. Where's my... Oh, okay. I was gonna say, where the fuck's my flail hiding at? I forgot this wasn't regular Ratchet and Clank game, so... They don't appear where you think they're gonna appear. I'm also kind of glad that I'm not super specific about breaking everything anymore, like I used to be. That was a huge thing for me as a kid. I would just break everything in sight on Ratchet and Clank games. I don't know why, I just always liked doing that. And then, eventually it just kind of stopped. I think the games got to the point where they became more of a shooter. Like the future, like Crack in Time specifically. Well, actually, Crack in Time I broke shit because there's a skill point for breaking everything for one of the Clank missions. And I was like, God damn, I gotta break shit. I think that's why that probably started to begin with. Can you imagine if my Ratchet marathon was 100% marathon except for the spin-offs? Or like, I 100% the ones I want to 100%, but then everything else I'm just kind of like, alright, I'm just gonna play it. You know, because like, I don't want to fucking 100% full frontal even all for one. I'll play them, but I don't want to do that. Like, I mean to specify like challenge mode stuff and grinding weapon. Yeah, but that would take a while. It'd be one thing if I did just play the game, you know? Also, I think that... Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think it's a mod. It might be just like a small mod thing, but like an ammo drop ability? I could have sworn was a thing too, but no, don't sound right. I don't remember. Oh, this is where we're going. Like, where the fuck is it? Before that... Let's get some more ammo, because I need more. A lot more. Oof. You guys can take care of that. I've got some shooting to do. Which just seems to be these guys. And that gave me a pretty nice upgrade, though. The flail is the... It's the whip archetype in this game. It's the whip replacement. Time extension! Okay, so this one, just fly around. That's all you gotta do. Just look where you're going and go from there. It's really not that bad. We can get this one done with pretty quick. So, yet another case of, wow, that was piss easy. You know, nothing's really happening. But there's 50 of these motherfuckers, though. And every once in a while, enemies. Which doesn't hurt to shoot them and kill them so we can get some bolts too. Because it would be nice to have a bunch of bolts. Not gonna lie. It is always nice to get just more money. We need more money. Almost there, folks. 13 more to go. Doing pretty good for myself. Oh yeah, this is time extension. So basically, like whenever you grab a ring, it just extends time. So that's it. That's basically it. Last-ish one. And done. Ring my bell. Nice. I think it's just like beat it fast enough. Your land is my land. Control nodes. Oh god, I just saw that word and I knew exactly what I had to do now. Like I said, don't get me wrong, this game is never really inherently bad, but there are those missions that's like, I don't want to do that one, but I'll do it. That's this game in a nutshell for me, is just... Oh yeah, by the way, you can kill dropships with the flail. Yeah, like I said, it reaches. It sure as shit does. But, Oh yeah, R2 is to switch to... No, it doesn't. Okay, I thought R2 was like switched to the last selected weapon rather than going through the whole thing, but no, that's not the case. And just think, these are the same people that made Spyro the Dragon. Can you believe it? That's insane. Well, I'm so glad they made Deadlocked though, because Deadlocked was... I wouldn't say like a huge part of my childhood, but it was definitely pretty big. That's why I tend to kind of just play it quite often. I mean, it's such an enjoyable game. It would be nice at some point, like maybe just doing a co-op, which I wanted to do that for a while, but we never ended up doing it. Besides, with how short this game is, I mean, that wouldn't be too hard to do that. To be completely fair. Also like how whenever you're carrying the flail around, it does spark the ground as it moves. Okay, we have to leave now. Yeah, the game basically kicked us out. It's like, alright, that's enough. You've done enough. You've beaten the damn planet. Come on, dude. Let's go. I guarantee someone's going to get mad that I'm skipping the cutscenes. Like, dude, that's the funniest part of the game. You gotta... Yeah, they are funny. It's just... I got things to do. I'm tired of watching cutscenes these days, I guess. Well, yeah, pretty much. I'm just gonna fucking use it. Whatever. Fuck them. Because I'm probably gonna die if I'm not careful. Cool. Level 4. Damn. We're getting that thing upgraded pretty quick, but mini turrets though are suffering. But I'm probably just gonna be using mini turrets, most likely, primarily for yeah. Also, brainwashing these guys is, I think, a skill point actually. I don't remember. But I'll probably use mini turrets for the tournament stuff, just because I feel like it'd be a lot easier to use it there. Also, damn, I'm going pretty quick through these games, aren't I? It just shows like how much I like this game, and not only that, but I guess you could say how much I know about this game, even though I kind of slightly remember what I'm doing as it goes on. But Ratchet Deadlocked, thankfully, is one of those games that you can easily kind of figure out what you're doing just immediately. You don't have to remember what each mission entails, just more so like, okay, that's... Oh, we still have plenty more plans to go through, I just realized. We're far from done, ladies and gentlemen. We're far from done. Well, I mean, it won't be that long. Hell, we're done with that challenge already. That was just the first one. And now this one. It's all about the racing. It's all about the heads. I gotta stop saying that. That's gonna get so fucking old so fast. It already is getting old, but the idea here is to chase these guys down and kill them. And the problem is, they're not that easy to shoot down, as you can tell. A lot of these straight line shots are going to be your friend here, and you'll have to use that a lot. We've already gotten 3, but don't get too excited though, because, like I said before, they're not that easy to wipe out. Do we get gravity boots at the start, or do we get that later? I think we get that later, don't we? And yeah, you can take a shortcut to kind of skip through and sort of catch up to the first place guy, but you can easily stick behind and shoot him this way. It's not a big deal. It's not impossible. It just takes a bit of time, that's all. And we get ammo back too every time we kill one, which is nice. Oh yeah, by the way, L wants to jump. You won't be needing it much, but hey. Yeah, they got a little bit ahead of me here, which is fine because they kind of slow down. There's like a little tiny bit of rubber banding toward you specifically. Well, maybe not rubber banding, but they do slow down from time to time, and they're kind of easy to catch. So, again, not really a terrible mission, not one I really look forward to doing, but I don't mind it really. I like the hoverbike stuff, actually. I think it's kind of fun. Hard to hit, nice. Okay, 4 fucking skill points already. Goddamn. All right, what are we doing now? Morphing mod. I'll wait. I was never a fan of the morph mod stuff anyway. Even the Chimp-O-Matic, like, it's okay. I think the Chimp-O-Matic's fine, but just later, like earlier game mod like morphing things, I just never really cared much for, to be fair. These guys are gonna take forever to kill now. That's not good. I missed a few bolts that they dropped too. Wasn't obvious enough. Yes, you do get a choice in which way you want to go. Okay, so yeah, Magna Boots are already just a thing. I was gonna say, because one of these has a jackpot in them, so... A couple of them, I think. Sometimes jackpot drops ammo, too, but... I guess this is one of those times where they just decided not to do that. That's great. Nah, to fudge with it. As long as somebody's protecting me, it doesn't matter. Although I probably should have done that myself, actually. Because these guys are not that great at protecting you much. It works, just... I'd rather just do it myself. To be completely fair. Let me just decimate this place. That's the flail for you. I don't know why I was so hesitant to buy it again. I always am. It's weird. Because I seem to always forget how good this weapon actually is. And then I get hit and then shit sucks and... Just fucking do the damn thing. Okay, well, never mind. Wait, is that a... That's the hover bike. Like, I could use it. I don't want to. God damn, fat ass. Motherfucker killed me. Motherfucker killed me. Oh, bitch. Die. Yeah, you don't really even need... We don't need the hover bike. You can easily get through here without it. It's no biggie. And these things get destroyed in one go, which is nice. I'm getting a little too crazy with the flail, though. I gotta watch myself, because I might accidentally fuck this one up again. Annoyingly enough, I have to take out the turret dudes. Which, thankfully... Auto-targeting works perfectly. Not only auto-targeting, but just more so, like, the strafe thing is great. Basically, yeah, auto-targeting. Yeah. What are you dorks gonna do? You're not gonna do nothing. Get out of here. Go away. The good news is, even if I die, we got the objective done. Once it gets done. And they can't stop us. Which I love that about this game. They're so nice about objective stuff. It's really not that mean about it. It doesn't give you, like, the big, fat middle finger just because you died. It's like, oh, you died? Oh, that sucks. Well, anyway. Continue from where you left off at. Honestly, probably the only Ratchet game I can think of that actually has really good, well-placed checkpoints. Just because you finish an objective, and that counts. I feel like other Ratchet games would probably make it to where, like, nah, you might have done that objective, but you didn't do all of them. Which, to be fair, like, that's just kind of like a, you know... I guess you could say that's just more of like a game thing. Like, this is still a game. At least Ratchet & Clank is still a game. At the end of the day. I want him dead so I can get some experience. Okay, fine. Fuck it. Whatever. Die. Holy hell, that was annoying. Yeah, this is the place I was thinking about with the... You can upgrade the Hollow Shield pretty quick here if you wanted to. Especially in this area. Well, any turret works. It doesn't matter. I tend to just do it here. For some odd-ass reason. Yeah, if I keep playing Flail, I'm going to probably end up killing myself. So we should probably not do that that often. Dude, don't ring around the rosy my ass, please. I was going to say, where the fuck was it? Down here. Idiot. Okay. Is that a vendor I see? No. No, because there's only ever one at the start usually, so I don't know what the hell I'm thinking. Alright, for these shield things over here, you're going to have your buddies take them down. EMP blast that shit. Then we got some more guys appearing, it seems like. At least there's down there. I think there's another mission that takes place up here too, actually. Wait a minute. This just leads back around to here. I should have known that. Oh, well, that's back up. That's fine. It's gone. Yeah, they don't... They do return, unfortunately. I thought this was a turret guy for a second. I kind of got scared. I'm like, oh, great. Nope, it's luckily... Thankfully, it's those guys, actually. I like fighting those guys because they give me a lot of XP. Or at least I feel like they're supposed to. Yeah, be careful if you're doing what I'm doing here. It's not really the safest thing to do. These turds, though, I might have to just shoot them. I don't think I can flail this. Guns, don't flail me now! Perfect. Alright, now time to take down the statue. Shit. Time to go Bart Simpson on this bitch. Okay, I don't know Simpson enough. I know something that he did once. Pretty sure. That sounds about right. Ow! Goddamn! Yeah, this is what being careful is supposed to be about. Because it's gonna get to a point where eventually I'm just not gonna be able to use flail as much as I want. Like, I have to be pretty careful with what I'm doing. I gotta be a lot smarter about this stuff. Unfortunately, we got those guys to deal with too. Hey, look at that. Max nano up, so that's pretty good. Destroy it. Destroy it, build it, and destroy it. But let's go take out this guy first, because I just get the feeling he's going to get in the way. I just get that feeling he's going to be a prick. Luckily, the AoE on this thing is incredible. Also, I think impact probably most likely means it's AoE effect, maybe? AoE effect, yeah. I think it might affect AoE just in general. I don't know. I don't kind of pay attention to that stuff. It's just more so like, I'm just doing my thing, man. I'm just killing thing and just doing my thing, that's all. Oh, he's not going to come back. That sucks. But once this thing is destroyed, I think that's mission. And might even be all the missions, actually, for this planet. Because that gets rid of somebody. Yeah, that's Vindicator Tournament open, so that's those. Now time for the extra missions, but do we do them? Especially this one, because this one's actually probably one of the worst ones. You can't hop off the turret. You're stuck on the turret the entire time. And honestly, weirdly enough, I gotta admit, it's actually one of the more difficult ones to do. Because unless you really realistically know where they're all going to be at all times, it might give you some shit. And you gotta watch yourself with these guys, too. The big guys that spawn in. Even though this turret does do a ton of damage, which is kind of the point, I still don't really rely on it very much. I don't want to rely on it. And then as soon as dropships appear, just start blasting them down. Those should be your main focus. Anybody that can do like a ton of damage, or even, God forbid, spawn enemies in. Treat it like Ratchet 3. Get rid of everything in sight quickly. Yeah, hope you liked those missions in Ratchet 3, though. Because if you didn't, you might not like this one very much. Although this is just a one-off mission. You don't really do this very often at all. Maybe a second time, maybe. I don't think so. I think this only happens once, ever. Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to tell you guys, but if you mash circle while you're holding R1, or vice versa, you can actually shoot faster. That's how you get the hologram shield upgraded fast. Yeah, you should be able to shoot fast. Yeah. Kind of. So that's just a fun little trick. There you go. You don't have to kill everybody, but you gotta kill at least basically most of them. And hey, yet another tournament ready to go do. We'll be done with this game within probably 6 episodes max, probably. Which is funny because TOD was 6 episodes, but then again, I probably spent like an hour on each. This game's about 4 or 5 hours long, depending on how good you do. Oh, I guess I'm doing that again. The usual, like, oh, kill everybody until it runs out. Or not. Or it's just time to upgrade the fusion rifle for free. And now it's time for... Okay, so it's round switch. Alright. Well, I can do that. Because they don't make these any... They don't make them super hard on you. Thank goodness. Oh, now it's Hunter Mine time. Okay, well, silly me, I didn't notice. I want to say that if you do shoot out a bunch of Hunter Mines and they just happen to be left over, I think that the game will keep them on the field the entire time, even between rounds. Yep. So that'd be one way to get that thing upgraded, I guess. Boy, oh boy, you gotta love infinite ammo. Hey, good thing is I can fight him, which gives me more XP. Yeah, so far this is pretty damn easy. Like, stupidly easy. Uncomfortably easy. No. No, don't worry. You'll have your moment to shine. If you want the game to be any harder, it will happen. Because, like, in-game stuff does get arguably a little bit tougher. Even right now, just sticking us with dual Vipers is kind of crude. With these guys. Like, anything explosive would have helped out a ton. Besides just the Hunter Mines just being left over, but still. These guys are a pain in the ass to take down just by pistols alone. It's kind of the thing, that's why they put you up to this shit. That's what they were probably waiting on, but we did it. Nice. Now on to the next mission, whatever that might be. I'm guessing it's just survive, or I don't see any numbers. We don't have to kill anybody. I think it's just survive. So, survive for 2 whole minutes. Alrighty. I can kind of do that, maybe. But hey, free kills, I guess. Sorry, it's just a habit of, you know. It's just that habit of like, oh, I'm going to use strafing, even though I know for a fact that doesn't actually work here. I still want to do it. Just in the random off chance that, God forbid, it does work. God forbid this game just all of a sudden has a strafe button. I think there's a skill point with not taking any damage in this entire fight. Maybe. I'm just gonna let everything go. Budget. Like, yeah, I need the ammo for things, but at the same time, I want to get my stuff upgraded too, you know? If the game's gonna let me do that, I might as well do it. The only problem is these stupid falling explosive barrels and shit. And I gotta last a whole minute with like little to no health left. I'm not really getting much XP for my health either. Which sucks. And of course, bite the fucking bullet. Yeah, it's a little annoying, it's a little flashy. With all the explosives and stuff going around. That's just how this is. Keep yourself covered with... Funny enough, arguably, I'd even say like hollow shields might actually help me out a ton here. For once. I never thought I would ever see the day when I would say, man, I kind of wish I had my hollow shields ready to go. Because that never happens. But it doesn't matter, because guess what? Through all thick and thin, I still get nice weapon upgrades going. So it really doesn't matter what the hell they're throwing at me, because I can just upgrade shit that way instead. And once we get this done, this tournament done, it'll probably just be the end of the episode, and then we'll have like the final, potentially final episode. Maybe. Depends on how nice the game's going to be about everything. But if we're like at the final tournament stuff, might as well just do it, right? Yeah, that shield's not going to get any upgrade. It's not going to get upgraded, but I don't really care. I actually need protection. A bubble shield would have been a lot better, but oh well. Which makes me wonder, did they make the turret cheese on purpose? Like, was that intentional? You know, when you go to upgrade your shields, you can just shoot it yourself. I kind of wonder that now. Not always, but I just now kind of wonder that. Like, was that ever a thing? But they thought to themselves, like, oh yeah, I think people are probably going to want to not use it, so let's give it some type of trick thing that you can do. You just shoot yourself. Because it's the only weapon I can think of, dead offhand, that just takes a lot of time to upgrade. Like, it just takes too much damn time. And then, besides, like, with the Ratchet and Clank 2 weapons that were just abysmal to deal with, I wonder if they probably thought, like, yeah, those were kind of annoying, so maybe we should give the players some type of trick. But it almost feels unintentional, too. But I don't care, you know, I'm not going to argue with it. Well, the thing is, I mean, I never use it anyways, so the only time I ever would have upgraded ever fully was if I was going to get all the guns upgraded at all back in the day. This is Eviscerator, right? Which, to be fair, you know, I'm basically done doing all that stuff. I've gotten... I beat the game. I 100%'d it. I don't need to do all that anymore. I don't need to worry about these weapon upgrades too much, besides just these playthroughs right here I'm doing right now. Yeah, it's another one of those cases of don't get hit type shit. Eventually it just spawns in fucking goobers. But, luckily enough, thankfully enough, this area does have, oh yeah, this shit. This is a lot harder to avoid, though. And just think, Emperor Tachyon's got the same bullshit in his game. By the way, if you're going to do all the no damage things in this game, just wait until, I'd say, challenge mode to do that. You'll have Harbinger by then, most likely. So just delete a guy with Harbinger instead. Don't worry about, you know, trying to do it now. It's possible. It is. It's not extremely hard to do. Just one of those things that if you just get slightly hit, it's like, ah, man, that sucks. And they got to do it all over again. I'm sure you don't want to do that. So I wouldn't blame you. And then, see? That shit will happen. It would have been easy to take care of if I just had a Harbinger by now. But I don't. And you, sir, need to get upgraded too, because you suck. Oh, he doesn't suck. No weapon really sucks in this game, thankfully. Just, except for Hollow Shield, that one actually does suck, but that kind of comes with the territory. I didn't realize I was out of ammo. Yay! And that's it for that. Alright, I guess we'll just call that an episode and then just head on the next planets, go finish those up. So, yeah, new upgrade, new suit, new all that fun stuff. New all the fun stuff. New weapons too, I think, right? Well, a wrench upgrade, yeah. Time Bomb is new. Oh, the Harbinger for $2 fucking goddamn million. Fuck that noise. How did I forget that this even had a wrench upgrade system? Because I remember the fire stuff. This planet kind of has, but we'll get through it. If the extra missions give me too much trouble, I'm just gonna say fudge them and then do, you know, the other main game, just because. All right. Anyway, that's it. So take care, everybody.